Hey guys, you're welcome back to the talk with Akimumi. I just want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you that supported during the last episode. I received a lot of positive comments, and it was really, really nice to hear that people are actually interested in me doing that kind of stuff for a very long time. So yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about video contents for some of the episodes, and yeah, I would be doing that a lot, and I feel like people are more drawn to that than audio, but we'll see as it goes. So this is kind of like an impromptu episode because the story's been trending for like 2 days now, and I thought I should give my thoughts on it because it's quite shocking. I'll be quite honest. So if you don't know, about a couple of days ago, it was alleged that members or the officials of the EFCC, they went on a raid around 3 a.m. in the morning, and one of the officers of the EFCC was shot and killed. And it's quite baffling because when you look at it, it has a lot of sides to it, and mind you, there's no correct or right side to it. Everything that happened was just wrong, and it's quite messed up. And based on what I've been able to gather around and the findings I've been able to make, that's what I'm basing this episode on. So I'll just put it out there as a disclaimer. Everything I say in this episode is my thoughts. You can have your thoughts, might differ, but everything I say here is my thoughts. And if you have a different opinion, we can like talk about it or something. So into the episode. The incidents happened around 3 a.m. in the morning, yeah, and it's really shocking, kind of. Okay, people have had different experiences with EFCC. Most of it are negative, to be honest, because I feel like they just use the powers they have for a lot of nonsense, to be honest. And while I'm not supporting them or anything, but I just feel like the person who shot the official was probably in his right to do so, but then again, he wasn't in his right to do so. And then, when I see the comments on Instagram, on Twitter, and everywhere, I begin to imagine, how do we get to this point in humanity that you're rejoicing that they killed someone because he's an officer of the EFCC or law enforcement? You do realize that law enforcement are actually there to protect you. While they may be doing excesses in their job or doing too much sometimes, they're actually there to protect you. And I'm not supporting anybody or anything. I'm just saying my own opinion. Because, I don't know, it's kind of baffling, to be honest. While I was much younger, about, let's say, not so much younger, let's say like 5 to 6 years ago, it's like 2018, 2019 time. That's like, okay, that was 2018 to like 2020. Where I lived, it was predominantly like Yahoo boys, cyber criminals in a sense. It was mainly them that lived in the area. And I think the peak was around that 2018, 2019. Because, I don't know, one day you just wake up and see that, oh, these EFCC guys, they picked up this person, or they picked up another person, or they seized people's houses or something based on the suspicion of a crime. And, it happened around that time, and the area was not really having rest, because coupled with the EFCC raids, and there were other things on that. But that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is that, okay, well, I found some things online. It says the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is a Nigerian law enforcement agency that investigates financial crimes. The EFCC has power to arrest suspects without a warrant. That means they can show up to your house at any point in time if they suspect you of a crime. But only if there's a reasonable suspicion of a crime. If there's no suspicion of a crime, you can't expect them to just show up at your house for no reason. But they can make arrests without warrants if there is a suspicion of a crime. It also has the power to conduct searches without a warrant, and that is only if there is a threat to public safety and destruction of evidence. Their powers are controversial, quite alright. That's understandable, because I don't know, police, if the police shows up to your house, you're gonna ask them for a warrant, but the EFCC is not so, unfortunately. And I don't know how it was structured or why it was structured like that, but in a sense, it's to protect us. In a sense, and in the other way, you just abuse the power and everything. So back to the person who was shot. Going on a raid around 3 a.m. in the morning. What are you looking for around that time? But then it's quite an unholy hour of the night or of the day, as it were. There's nobody's really moving at that time. So I think it's the perfect time in a sense to catch criminals and stuff. But everything that I'm gonna say still comes down to the person that shot the official and the comments that I've been seeing online. The person who shot the official, if the person doesn't have, if the person doesn't have a license to own a firearm, it's illegal and that person should be classified as a criminal. Because in Nigeria, possessing firearms is illegal without a license. If you don't have a license, and in some other countries it's like that, if you don't have a license to a firearm, you're a criminal. So my question is you might say that, the person shot because he was trying to defend himself, or he was trying to do this, or trying to do that. You can make up stories for why the person did it. But if the person does not have a license to hold a firearm, the person is a criminal and should be brought to book. Because why do you have a gun, or why do you have a firearm without a license? Why did you shoot an official of the law? And it's mind-blowing, to be honest, that if you say you shot an official of the law because you're trying to self-defense or something like that, I don't care about that. But you say you're trying to do that, and then you could just use, you're telling me that if someone offends you or something, you could just shoot the person and say, I claim self-defense. Because it still blows my mind when I think about it. I don't know why I'm dwelling on this a lot, because it just dropped in my mind, because I've been seeing various stories online on whatnot, and it's crazy the comments I've been seeing. People be like, he got what he deserved, he did this, he did that. And it's crazy because the person that got shot is also a human being like you. Why are you happy that someone else was shot dead in the line of duty? It doesn't really make any sense, and I believe we should do better. I don't know if people who commented are listening to this, but if you commented or you're having thoughts like that, the person got what he deserved, you really need to reorientate your thinking, because that's a very, very messed up way of thinking, to be very honest. I don't know why I'm sounding so harsh, but it's the truth, to be honest. That's a very, very messed up way of thinking, to think that someone that was shot in the line of duty got what was appropriate for him or something. That's a very messed up way of thinking, and you really, really, really need to think again. You need to rethink, sit down, re-strategize, and think again that if this person that was shot, if the person was related to me, how would I feel? Again, I'm not affiliated with any of these things. I'm just saying it's from my own perspective. I know why I keep re-emphasizing this. It's not. I'm just saying from my own perspective. So I don't know. I really feel like we should do better as human beings. To be very honest, we really need to do better. And to the person that died, may his soul rest in peace. May justice be served, and may we do better as human beings. because I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. Only God is perfect. So we really need to do better. So that's really what I wanted to say about it. And if you have any comments regarding what I said, or if you do not agree with a part, maybe we can talk about it. So feel free to leave a comment or send me a message on Instagram or on WhatsApp, and I'll be more than willing to have a discussion with you. Thank you very much for listening. God bless. Bye.